Hi, I'm Romeo Delgado Garcia.
And I'm Melanie Rodriguez, and we are 8th graders at Rowe Middle School.
As I think about what's ahead of me this year, I'm looking forward to completing my grammar school education at Rowe. I've had great educational experiences, and I'm looking forward to the year ahead. I'm excited about the high school acceptance process, and I'm eager to learn what high school I'll be attending next year. Melanie, what are you looking forward to?
I'm excited to participate in the 8th grade graduation trip to Washington, D.C., happening for the second time in the history of Rowe Middle School. I'm so excited to visit the Capitol building and meet with some of our elected officials, like our Inspired Award recipient, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul.
We would like to thank some very special people who are instrumental in making many of the great Rowe experiences possible. Our board of directors and auxiliary board members, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for all you do. Now, I would like to introduce the chair of our board of directors, Amy O'Donnell.
Amy has been involved with the settlement since 2007, and in that time, she served as a volunteer donor and one of the leaders of the settlement. Now, Amy serves as the chair of the board of directors and supports the settlement in numbers of ways. One of the most notable in her weekly volunteerism at the settlement's food pantry. We are grateful to have Amy and her leadership at the settlement. On behalf of Rowe Scholars, thank you for your commitment. Please join us in welcoming Amy O'Donnell.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Romeo and Melanie, for helping us celebrate the important work of the settlement and young people like yourselves who make what we do so rewarding. We greatly appreciate our generous corporate sponsors, IMC, Allstate, and Wintrust, who have each left their mark on our community by investing in us and the thousands of people we impact each year. Thank you very much. And thanks to each of you for being here today. New faces. This year, we decided to complement the amazing efforts of our auxiliary boards, North Shore, Winnetka, Evanston, and our new Emerging Leaders Board, with this event. We wanted to invite our friends, old and new, to celebrate our mission and work, including our awardees today. I had the pleasure of serving on our board with John Rowe, Zooming with he and Jean during the pandemic, FaceTiming with them on our first day back to school in person, and we were so happy to welcome Jean and their son Bill back to our buildings this year. I also had the pleasure of serving on our board of directors with Hank Kamphaus and on the North Shore board with his wife Beth Brown. They ignited what has become a strong, years-long relationship with IMC and everyone there, including Lisa Wiersma and our board member, Andrew Stevens. And we are very excited today to welcome a new friend, Attorney General Kwame Raoul, whose lived experience of education, perseverance, and success is an inspiration to all of us. For nearly 135 years, we have been supporting young people and families from our little corner of the universe at Noble and Augusta in Westtown. My tenure as chair has been one of great change. Some of the change has been sad, like the passing of our school's namesake, John Rowe. But so much of the change has been very, very good, like welcoming our new president and CEO, Carol Wood, in 2021. In just 2 years, among her many other accomplishments, Carol and her team, our amazing, amazing staff, have orchestrated the return to fully in-person routines for a multitude of programs, launched our new teen program, expanded our out-of-school time program, and have orchestrated a considerable expansion of our mental health services. And my most recent and personal favorite, the addition of the Geneva Lake Astrophysics and STEAM organization from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, which is adding robust enrichment opportunities for all of our young people. Our work may look a little different than it did 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, but under Carol's leadership, our focus remains the same: to ensure that every person who walks through our doors has a chance at a better future. Please welcome Carol Wood.
Thank you, Amy, for that kind introduction and for all that you do for the settlement. I never take your support and our partnership for granted, and I'm honored to be on this journey with you. So I'd like to welcome all of you to our inaugural Better Futures Luncheon, benefiting Northwestern Settlement. The purpose of today's event is to bring together longtime supporters while introducing our organization to some new friends. If this is your first time learning about Northwestern Settlement, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you're a longtime supporter, thank you for believing in us and investing in the dream that we can create a better future for our children and leave our world better than we found it. I want to recognize some of the public servants that have joined us today. State Representative Kim Dubuclet, thank you for being here. Commissioner Marcelino Garcia, and Cook County Circuit Judge Robert Harris was here, but he had to go back to court. But I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us. And I'm also thrilled that Bill Rowe is joining us today to accept the first ever Vittum Medal on behalf of Jean and the late John Rowe, who were instrumental in founding our largest program, Rowe Elementary Charter School. We're honored to be a part of John's legacy through our shared commitment to education. And we lost John, as many of you know, nearly a year ago, but his impact is felt throughout our community on a daily basis. I'm also really excited to welcome our Corporate Partner Award recipient, IMC, along with their Executive Director, Lisa Wiersma, my old friend from Chicago Public Schools. For the last 8 years, IMC has generously supported our outdoor education program and made the program possible for hundreds of Chicago area youth who may not otherwise have the opportunity to experience the magic of nature and field science. And lastly, I'm pleased to present the first Inspire Award to my personal friend, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul. So your inspiring career and lifelong commitment to working on behalf of children and families is absolutely why we thought of you for this, so thank you for being here today. Northwestern Settlement has been working to disrupt generational poverty for nearly 135 years. We nurture, educate, and inspire children and families through early childhood education, mental health services, a food pantry and emergency services, summer camp and outdoor education, out-of-school time programming, and elementary education. The resources and support and experiences that we provide enrich lives and open doors for opportunity. As CEO, I strive to lead with transparency and grace. I want to be transparent about the challenges that lie ahead and confront the reality that much work remains to be done if we, or anyone, are to be successful in moving the needle on poverty. And I want to demonstrate grace and understanding, knowing that the weight of our work is very heavy at times. Our goals and aspirations moving forward do not discount the work that's been done before but we continue to grow and adapt to meet the needs of our community today, understanding that those needs look different now than they did a century ago. As the longest continuously operating settlement house in the country, Northwestern Settlement is thriving today because we understand that just as the drivers of generational poverty have changed, so must we. To that end, my first 2 years in this role have been marked by growth and change. We're in the midst of a significant expansion of our mental health services, and just this week received the Community Mental Health Center designation. We've expanded the support we provide to our families through our food pantry and emergency services, and we've revamped our outdoor education program to include a more robust science curriculum and maximize the learning potential of our House in the Wood camp. And we continue to double down on our efforts to make Rowe Elementary a high-performing school anchored by a strong partnership between educators, parents, and the community to provide wraparound services and holistic support for our scholars. We're also committed to raising the visibility of our organization and the work we're doing. And this luncheon is an important step in that process. And I'm energized by all the new faces in the room and all of you that have been here before. At the end of the day, we cannot continue to be the best kept secret on the corner of Augusta and Noble. We need all of you and all of Chicago to know that we're here and the work that we're doing. So I hope you enjoy the program today, and I look forward to seeing you again next year. Thank you.
First, I want to give some props again to our 8th grade students, Melanie and Romeo. So I went to the 8th grade teachers about 2 weeks ago and said we have to pick a couple of students to come speak at this huge, important, wonderful event. Who do you got for me? And Melanie and Romeo were chosen by their 8th grade teacher, so it says a lot about you guys, and you guys did a great job. So let's give them one more round of applause. I will say, as much as our school food service providers are wonderful, it's going to be nice to have a real lunch, not at school. So I'm looking forward to the meal, and I'm sure Melanie and Romeo are too, right? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jason Smith, principal of Rowe Elementary School. Today we celebrate the legacy of John and Jean Rowe with the presentation of the Vittum Medal. The Vittum Medal was named for Harriet Vittum, social reformer, Chicago settlement pioneer, and the first head resident of Northwestern University Settlement House. Her legacy lives on through the settlement, and it seemed only fitting to name our highest award in her honor. We're thankful to the Rowes for giving life to their vision of ensuring that all students have access to quality education and support for the whole student. Rowe students are achieving great things. When our students graduate, they go off to some of the best high schools in the city of Chicago, such as Noble Charter School Network, St. Ignatius, Walter Payton College Prep, Lane Tech, and many, many more. We are extremely proud of our scholars, and we look forward to them coming back to Rowe as alumni and as participants in our teen and young adult programs and House in the Wood leaders in training. We will continue to support our scholars to ensure their lifelong success. Now, I'd like to bring to you William Rowe to accept the Vittum Medal.
Hello, my name is Ariana Vega, and I was part of the first graduating class at Rowe. One of my fondest memories by far is when Miss Rowe created her girls group. There were only 5 girls and 22 boys in my class. So every Thursday she decided that she would take the girls out, and we would go in a separate classroom and eat lunch and talk and have so much fun, and it was my favorite thing to do every week.
As a Rowe Elementary scholar, I will stand tall.
I will stand tall. I have pride in myself.
I have pride in myself.
I will achieve success.
I prepare for my future by working hard.
By working hard.
By working hard.
I will show honor. I know by the choices I make now will affect who I become in the future.
I'm an exceptional scholar at Rowe Elementary School.
I'm a exceptional scholar at Rowe Elementary School.
Thank you very much for the lovely award. I was at the school not long ago, and I can't think of an absolute place that would make either of my parents more happy. The kids were happy, they were learning, and actually, it was a place where I think there was a lot of joy, and if there's something we can do to keep that up, it's really quite a special place, and that's a testament to the people who are like Jason, who really make the school wonderful. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chantel Varnado, and I am the mother of 2 scholars that attend Rowe Elementary and Middle School. My daughter is a 7th grade student in the middle school, and my son is a 5th grade scholar in the elementary school. I am honored to speak on behalf of Rowe Elementary School. As a parent, I can attest to the fact that my scholars have had an amazing educational experience. I'm overjoyed that my children are excited about school, which isn't always the case. I credit that to our phenomenal principal, the amazing staff, engaging learning environment, and the interaction with other great Rowe scholars. One of the most amazing things about Rowe's academic environment is the project-based learning, which gives the students hands-on opportunities for collaboration and creativity as they engage critical thinking to become world changers. But it's not solely about the academics. The staff really takes on each student as their own and exhibits a vested interest in the students. My daughter is a member of the girls' basketball team, and last year, after a game, with many of the staff in attendance, the assistant principal came to me to congratulate us on our win and my daughter's performance. But her next words stood out to me and pierced my heart with a lasting memory. She proceeded to say, "Jaden has many doors open to her, not just sports. She is full of potential, and I can't wait to continue this journey with her for the rest of her academic career through Rowe and beyond." It has become my honor to send my children to school daily, knowing that they are in a nurturing learning environment with teachers and staff that truly care about their education, their whole being, and their future. For this cause, I stand before you as an advocate for equitable learning, an ambassador for diversity, and a proud parent of Rowe Elementary and Middle School. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jared Feldman.
And my name is Clement Coleman, and we are part of the Emerging Leaders Auxiliary Board.
Before we get started, I just wanted to thank Chantel for sharing her experience with us here today. The Emerging Leaders Board is a group of young professionals in the Chicagoland area who serve a common purpose, and that's to raise awareness about Northwestern Settlement and its many initiatives. May all of the emerging leaders who are here today please stand up. As we heard earlier, the settlement's been around for over 130 years, but still name recognition remains a challenge. That's where the emerging leaders come in. We introduce the settlement not only to our personal networks, but the wider Chicago community, really expanding the reach of the settlement.
When I moved to Chicago, I was happy to be introduced to the settlement and to be able to join this group of emerging leaders, a group of amazing, like-minded young professionals determined to make a difference and give back to an organization that does so much for children and families to succeed, thrive, and disrupt the cycle of generational poverty.
We want to thank you for being here today at the first Better Futures Luncheon hosted by Northwestern Settlement. We hope you'll extend your support today to one of the settlement's many programs. In addition to the K-8 Rowe School that we've been hearing about, the settlement also offers programs for early childhood development.
This is why programs like the settlement are so important. With a donation of $2,000, you can provide one child with services for 1 month of education. Without financial child care support, a working-class family would struggle to provide their children with this educational opportunity to their toddler.
And as we heard from Romeo and Melanie earlier, one thing they're really looking forward to is the 8th grade trip to DC. So this year in April, Rowe will be sending its 8th grade students to Washington, DC. And for the second year in a row, they'll have the opportunity to visit the US Capitol building. For $800, you could support a child and give them an experience they'll never forget.
And let's not forget about the inspiring outdoor educational experience at the House in the Wood. Each year, students from Rowe and Chicago's west and south sides experience what has been described as a summer opportunity of a lifetime. With a gift of $300, you can provide one student with a week-long, life-changing experience. At House in the Wood, campers have the opportunity to get away from the noise of the city. Students experience water sports, hikes, develop leadership skills, and form bonds that last a lifetime.
And these are really just a couple of the programs that the settlement offers. In addition to these, the settlement offers food pantry services, emergency services, mental health services, among others. We really hope that you'll extend a donation today. To donate to the settlement, please text Better Futures to 243-725 on the screen also here. And just know that your contribution will help the settlement achieve its ultimate goal, which really is to nurture, educate, and inspire its scholars.
Thank you for your consideration and your commitment to the settlement.
Thank you.
So at Northwestern Settlement, one of our guiding purposes is to inspire those we serve. And when we conceived of our inaugural Inspire Award and what this award would mean to our settlement family, we could think of no one more fitting for this award than Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul. As the child of Haitian immigrants, Attorney General Raoul has a unique understanding of the barriers many of our families face and the profound impact that we can have on their lives through not only support and advocacy, but also through demonstrated care and compassion. From his time as a state senator to now as Attorney General, he's always been committed to ensuring the children and families of Illinois have the resources that they need, all while being a wonderful colleague, friend, husband, and father. I've had the privilege of knowing Attorney General Raoul for over 20 years, and I've always appreciated his ability to take his work seriously while not taking himself too seriously. He's fiercely loyal, both as a friend and public servant, and inspires those around him to be courageous in their convictions, support one another, and stand up for what is right. For all of that and more, we recognize him here today. On behalf of Northwestern Settlement, I'm honored to present Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul with our inaugural Inspire Award. Oh.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, to all you, the board members here, you have a great CEO. And I know that intimately because, as you said, we've known each other for several decades. Her husband is my best friend, literally my best friend since the 8th grade when we transferred into the same school together. I stood up as best man at their wedding, and he's my son's godfather, and so a lot of love there. So why I know she's a good CEO, because she's CEO of the household there. So your mission of disrupting poverty, as Carol mentioned, is something that is and encouraging young people to arise out of it for better futures is something that is a lived value for my family. My parents arose out of the worst poverty in the Western Hemisphere in Haiti, to be able to provide for me to have live out a dream of being the Attorney General of the state of Illinois. It's a vision that my grandparents would have never had. But the help along the way from my parents made the difference. And my award says Kwame Raoul, but it leaves out my middle name, and my mother gave me the middle name Eve. And she was a devout Catholic. She named me after Saint Eve, a patron saint of lawyers, an advocate for poverty and children. And so I mentioned that at my inauguration because so much of what we do, as evidenced by the video you saw, is focused on trying to help children the same way as Northwestern Settlement does. And so I look forward to not just accepting this award, but continuing an ongoing relationship to try to help the children of living in poverty, because it is those children who are disproportionately affected by the gun violence, and whether directly or vicariously, that has exceeded automobile accidents as a #1 killer of children in the United States. So we all have to collectively advocate for these children. And thank you, Carol and Northwest Settlement, for the work that you do. Thank you.
House in the Wood contributes to the settlement's mission of disrupting generational poverty by teaching leadership, instilling confidence and responsibility, and growing character. We strive to nurture, educate, and inspire. House in the Wood is the environment in which we can do all of those things.
We provide outdoor education and the transformational experience of summer camp to kids who otherwise would likely not have that opportunity. It's important to give youth a place where they can have fun and let their imagination take over. House in the Wood is that place.
Our favorite part about House in the Wood is probably the family aspect. It's definitely a home away from home.
I feel like more responsible coming to this camp.
This helped him to communicate with all types of people. So, campus brings that information to you, brings the world to you, brings life to you.
Seeing the change from when they were younger to where they're at now, that's what House in the Wood Camp is about.
We know the tremendous positive impacts that summer camp and outdoor education have on young people. The type of immersive experience that we offer isn't something that most kids can get at home or in the classroom. Our goal is to expand to be able to offer this to even more kids, which will both deepen and broaden our impact in the communities we serve.
The long-term positive effect of House in the Wood on the kids who participate in our programs is unmatched. We want every child to experience camp.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tavon Hunt, and our campers and settlement staff refer to me as T. And I am the interim executive director of House in the Wood, our camp. House in the Wood was founded in 1910 with the concept of fostering growth and responsibility in children and young adults so they can return to our communities as leaders. House in the Wood campers experience safe and natural environment free from city life. Campers are introduced to adult role models who counsel and exemplify these values of honor and create a positive atmosphere which they can be themselves. With the ultimate goal of disrupting generational poverty, we deliver our concept through our summer camp, outdoor education, and leader in training programs. I am honored to present the Corporate Partnership Award to IMC. Since 2014, IMC has supported settlement campers by funding our outdoor education program. We thank IMC for their commitment to Northwestern Settlement. And at this time, I would like to introduce Lisa Wiersma, Executive Director of IMC Chicago Charitable Foundation, to accept the Corporate Partnership Award.
Thank you, T. Hi, everybody. It's truly a pleasure to be here to celebrate with all of you the great work of the Northwestern Settlement. For those of you that don't know, IMC is a trading firm. We have over 500 employees here in Chicago, and we have a charitable foundation that is dedicated to expanding opportunities for young people to develop to their full potential. And we've been so proud to be a supporter of the outdoor education program for many years, and hopefully for many years in the future. I wanted to share just a few lines from a letter that I received a couple years ago from a 6th grade science teacher within CPS at the Sayre Language Academy, because I think this really expresses why this is a meaningful program for us and why we're so proud to support this. As a former scout, I have dreamed of taking our students on a camping trip. There are so many important life skills to be learned that students will never get in the classroom. I saw students stepping outside of their comfort zone through taking night hikes on their own. I saw students show compassion for one another when they were uncomfortable with their new surroundings. You touched many of our students' lives with an experience they will carry with them for years to come. So thank you, Northwestern Settlement, for providing this great opportunity.
Thank you, Lisa and IMC and T. Where did T go? Where was he? Ah, there you are. Thank you. And thank you to Attorney General Kwame Raoul. And thank you to Bill Rowe and the Rowe family and Jason Smith. Where's Jason, our principal? Oh, gosh, sorry. Our principal. And I like to say it's a new day at the Northwestern Settlement. It's an exciting time to be part of this organization. We are, after COVID, we are growing, we are expanding, we are vibrant, and we're a good place to get to know. So whether you've known us for a long time or just becoming acquainted, we hope that you have learned a little more about our fantastic staff and what they do every day to work for better futures for the children and families we serve in Chicago. Thank you for coming today, and we look forward to continuing our work together.